Let's talk about Ephraim Williams, the first Black circus owner to increase representation and restore dignity to Black people in the industry in the late 1800s. My name is Nicole Cardoza, and I'm a magician, and I want to celebrate the magic in you. So Williams was a porter in a shoe sign at the hotel in Wisconsin. He became fascinated with the Ringling Brothers Circus that had recently popped up in town and decided that he wanted to have a show of his own. So he started to teach himself magic tricks and other illusions to entertain audiences on stage. Eventually he saved enough money to buy a horse, and he taught that horse how to do math tricks by stomping its foot. He took him and his horse to an opera house and performed, and that show was well received, so he decided to start traveling. He went to different lumberjack camps where logging was happening at different logging sites in the area and gained a larger audience. As Williams became more popular, he started to hire more Black performers to join him on the road. This is really significant because at the time, and for decades that have followed, circuses created a spectacle against people that are marginalized in society, preying on the racist, ableist, sexist tropes that we still see play out today. Black people were oftentimes centered as oddities in these performances. One of the most vile stories comes from the famous P.T. Barnum. Barnum and Bailey is like a household name when you think about circuses here in the United States, so it's likely that you've heard about them too. In the 1830s, Barnum had an enslaved, disabled woman named Joice Heth in his show. And he would say that this poor woman was 161 years old and actually used to care for George Washington. So placing this old woman who was severely disabled, who was blind, on display for people to look at. Even in her death, she wasn't given dignity, because when she died, Barnum invited spectators to pay 50 cents to see her body dissected so that experts could verify her age. Over time, Williams' performance grew to have over 100 performers, many of them, almost all of them Black, and they were listed in the bills for a bunch of different talents, whether they're comedians or singers or dancers or aerialists. His show is one of the longest running tent shows in American history. It traveled the American South and the Midwest, and it's even stated that Bessie Smith and Big Mama Thornton, two incredible blues singers, got their starts by being able to perform and go on tour with this circus. Stories also indicate that he was traveling with 15 railroad cars that include 85 horses, cages of tigers and zebras, and a whole bunch of other incredible illusions to excite and delight audiences. Ephraim Williams paved the way for other Black performers and redefined what it looked like to be a Black performer in circus. He joined a whole bunch of other visionary leaders that transformed Black performance from a spectacle in the white gaze to a celebration of our talents and achievements. If you want to learn more about Black magicians and performers throughout history, be sure to follow me here and let me know what you think in the comments below.